Alright, K-drama fans, it's time to settle one of the ultimate debates in drama history. Who is the best K-drama kisser of all time? Female lead edition. We're counting down the most unforgettable kiss queens and breaking down their most iconic, heart-stopping, jaw-dropping kiss scenes. Spoiler alert, picking just one? Impossible. First up, we have So-hee, the actress who has single-handedly redefined what it means to create chemistry on screen. With that irresistible girl crush energy, effortless magnetism, and a stare so intense it could melt the lens, So-hee doesn't just act in her kiss scenes, she transforms them into cultural moments that fans can't stop replaying. Her breakout in The World of the Married proved it right away. She turned a forbidden romance into something electric and unforgettable. Every kiss with Park Hyun-jin radiated desperation, secrecy, and sin. It was wrong, yes, but you couldn't look away? Then came Nevertheless, where her dynamic with Song Kang gave us some of the most rewatched kiss scenes in K-drama history. So-hee kissed like no one else. Hesitant at first, vulnerable in the middle, and then suddenly all in. It was messy, real, and completely consuming. Every glance, every subtle lean-in, every shift in her breath created a tension so heavy you could practically feel it pressing through the screen. And as if that weren't enough, she proved her versatility in My Name and Gyeongsong Creature. These were gritty action thrillers and dark horror dramas, not exactly the go-to places for swoony romance. Yet she still delivered kiss scenes that became instant fan obsessions. Raw, dangerous, and loaded with emotional conflict. Whether the love is reckless, doomed, or completely forbidden, she makes you believe in it. Now, let's talk about one of the OG kissing queens, Hyun-jin. Here's why she's in a league of her own. Hyun-jin skips the usual K-drama cliches. No stiff lip presses, no awkward tilts, no over-stylized angles. Her kisses flow like real life. The breaths, the pauses, the locked eyes. It's authentic, and because of that, the heat hits 100 times harder. Let's throw it back to another Oh Hae-young. That show had a handful of solid kisses. But that wall kiss, that wasn't just a scene, that was a cultural reset. Mid-fight, mid-tears, high tension, and then Eric Mun pulls her in. It starts off slow, almost like he's asking for permission. And then it unravels, turning desperate, passionate, and completely unfiltered. And Seo Hyun-jin, she doesn't hold back. The way she responds, not just with her lips, but with her whole body, you can feel the emotional unraveling, the years of pain, the ache of loving someone who keeps hurting you. It's not clean or cute, it's raw. And it's unforgettable. Now, take Dr. Romantic. Romance wasn't even the central theme, but leave it to Seo Hyun-jin to take a few glances and two emotionally scarred people and turn them into a love story you couldn't stop thinking about. The way she looked at Yoo Yeon-seok, the way her hands would hesitate before reaching for him, the gentleness in her expressions. It all came together in those brief but powerful kiss scenes that left fans wondering how they managed to feel more real than half the dramas where romance is the focus. And then there's The Trunk with Gong-yoo, a pairing we didn't even know we needed until we got it. Talk about chemistry that simmers. Every kiss felt like it was holding back 1,000 conversations. And sure, Gong-yoo is Gong-yoo, but don't get it twisted. Seo Hyun-jin matched his intensity move for move, and in some moments, she even stole the spotlight. But wait, there's no way we're moving forward without talking about Seo Ye-ji. Because when it comes to K-drama kiss queens, she's in a different league altogether. Not only does she kiss like she means it, she takes over the entire scene. Take Eve, for example. As Lila L, she's supposed to be a woman consumed by revenge, yet her kisses with Park Byung-eun were something else entirely. Dangerous, smoldering, and layered with emotion. She'd start with this slow, teasing brush of lips, lock eyes like she's daring him to resist, and then flip it into a deep, consuming kiss that feels both calculated and uncontrollable at the same time. Then there's It's Okay to Not Be Okay. So Ye-ji comes in with this almost defiant press of lips, her eyes burning with need, before melting into a softer, desperate embrace that aches with vulnerability. Add her trembling delivery, the impulsive grab of his jacket, and that push-pull with his hesitant energy, and suddenly you're watching something so raw, it almost feels too intimate to be staged. And we can't skip Lawless Lawyer with Lee Joon-gi. This wasn't your usual fluffy romance. The energy here was charged, combative even. Their kiss started like a showdown, tense and resistant, as if both were trying to win. But then, in a heartbeat, it turned into an all-out embrace, fierce and unstoppable, like a fight and a surrender happening all at once. And then there's Jo Bo-ah. Honestly, how do you even begin to rank her? Every kiss she delivers feels like it's pulling straight from the chest of her character. There's no one style fits all here. Jo Bo-ah tailors every romantic beat to the moment, the story, and the partner. And that's what makes her so addictive to watch. Let's rewind to Tale of the Nine-Tailed. Paired with Lee Dong-wook in a fantasy world full of mythical creatures and ancient curses, she still managed to make the romance feel grounded and swoony. Their kisses carried this magic. Otherworldly, yes, but incredibly intimate. Every scene felt like time stopped for just them. She gave the fantasy genre something it often lacks: kisses that actually make your stomach flip. Then came Destined With You, and let's just say, Jo Bo-ah broke the internet. That infamous bedroom kiss with Ro-woon, instant classic. She came in with playful confidence, teasing him, stalling, whispering a little, "Wait, just a moment," and then dove into one of the most intense, head-spinning kisses K-dramas have ever aired. In My Strange Hero, she tackled the classic enemies to lovers trope with such emotional precision, it felt brand new. Her kiss with Yoo Sung-ho starts stubborn, even angry, like neither of them wants to admit how they feel, and then melts into this vulnerable surrender. And we can't skip her most recent turn in Dear Hongrang. Her scenes with Lee Jae-wook were like watching a slow-burning fire get hit with a gust of wind. Their kisses, loaded with longing and this almost tragic inevitability. Like both characters knew their love was doomed, but were kissing like it might save them anyway. That kind of kiss doesn't just tug at your heart, it wrecks you. Jo Bo-ah makes doomed love feel worth rooting for, even when it hurts. Now, we also have Sun Ye-jin. Easily the most seasoned actress on this list when it comes to romantic K-dramas, Sun Ye-jin has been delivering iconic kiss scenes since before half of today's rising stars even debuted. And not only has she stood the test of time, she's redefined what a kiss can mean on screen. The magic of her kiss scenes is that they're never just thrown in for fluff or fan service. With Ye-jin, a kiss always feels like a natural extension of the character's journey. She knows how to milk the build-up, the subtle glances, the way her hand hovers just before touching, that shaky breath right before lips finally meet. It's this emotional layering that makes the payoff hit so much harder. And let's talk versatility. 1 minute, she's giving us those gentle, hesitant kisses that feel like a new relationship is just blooming. Like in Something in the Rain with Jung Ha-in. Their kisses were so tender and natural that half the time it looked like the cameras just caught them off guard. The way she melted into his embrace, the little pauses in between, the silence that almost let you hear the heartbeat. It was so real that it set a new benchmark for what realistic romance in K-dramas could look like. The next, she's all in with urgent, desperate passion, like in Crash Landing on You with Hyun-bin. Every kiss in that drama carried the weight of life or death stakes, and you could feel it. Protective, devastating, beautiful, it was romance dialed up to the max. And let's be honest, the chemistry between her and Hyun-bin was so electric that fans swore no one could fake it. And well, we all know how that turned out in real life. But here's the thing. Even her earlier work proves how naturally she handles intimacy. In Personal Taste with Lee Min-ho, she pulled off playful, spontaneous kisses that elevated what could have been just rom-com fluff into something memorable. And if you rewind even further, all the way back to April Snow, she went bold and sensual in a way Korean cinema rarely dared to show at the time. Sun Ye-jin's secret weapon is simple. Every kiss tells a story. Whether it's a fragile first touch, a tender everyday moment, or a desperate, all-consuming embrace, she makes sure it never feels generic. But let's not forget about Park Bo-young. She's been steadily building one of the most beloved reputations for kiss scenes that feel impossibly real. Not because they're flashy or overproduced, but because she makes them look completely effortless. Take Oh My Ghost, her first big dive into bolder romance. The kisses with Jo Jung-seok are legendary for how sudden and raw they felt. One moment it's chaos, a splash of water, playful bickering, and the next it's an explosion of passion that seemed to catch even the characters off guard. What makes it even more impressive is how much layering Bo-young had to pull off. Her character was shy, but also possessed by a ghost, meaning she had to blend hesitation, nervousness, and buried desire all at once. And then, of course, there's strong woman Do Bong-soon with Park Hyung-sik, arguably one of the most talked about rom-coms of its time, and for good reason. The way Bo-young leaned into Hyung-sik, her soft but deliberate lip movements, the little pauses in between like they couldn't get enough of each other. It was the kind of kiss that made fans believe the romance wasn't just acting. And honestly, we still are up to this day. Fast forward to Doom at Your Service, where Bo-young proved once again that she can adapt to any romance tone. With Seo In-guk, their kiss scenes carried the weight of tragedy and longing, feeling less like playful rom-com banter and more like life-or-death declarations. It showed that when the story demands intensity, Bo-young doesn't hold back. She delivers a kiss that feels like the entire world could shatter if they let go. And just when you thought she'd given us every type of kiss possible, she flipped the script again with her recent Netflix hit mellow movie opposite Choi Woo-shik. The soft pulls, the gentle pauses, the way the tension kept escalating until it broke in the best way possible. It had fans swooning. Woo-shik himself even admitted afterward that it felt so natural. It didn't even feel like acting. When the actor says that, you know it was something special. She has this uncanny ability to mirror her co-star's vibe, respond in real time, and let each kiss unfold naturally, like it's happening for the first time, not the 15th take. Nothing ever feels robotic or overly choreographed with her. Now, let's talk about Shin Ye-sun, because honestly, you cannot sleep on her. If this lineup of kiss queens is a deck of cards, Shin Ye-sun is the wild card who could absolutely steal the whole game, without even trying. Let's rewind to Still 17, where she played Woo Seo-ri, a woman stuck in time emotionally, trying to reconnect with the world after waking from a coma. Her kisses with Yang Se-jong were gentle, tentative, and filled with emotional weight. You could feel the unspoken years between them, the fear of vulnerability, and the quiet hope of a second chance. Then came Mr. Queen. In a gender-swapped time travel palace comedy that could have easily leaned all the way into slapstick, Shin Ye-sun gave us kiss scenes that were unexpectedly hot. Yes, it was chaotic. Yes, it was hilarious. But when the sparks flew with Kim Jong-hyun, they really flew. Their kisses were a wild mix of tension, resistance, and surprise passion. Fast forward to See You in My 19th Life, and she's suddenly giving us fate-laced soulmate kisses with An Bo-hyun. That scene where their lips finally meet? You can feel the past lives crashing into the present. Urgent, emotional, soft but powerful. One of those finally moments that feel like exhaling after holding your breath all season long. And most recently, Welcome to Samdal-ri gave us Shin Ye-sun at her warmest. Reuniting with Ji Chang-wook, she delivered a small-town romance with big emotional payoff. It's pure nostalgia, wrapped in a second-chance storyline, and delivered with such sincerity that it felt like coming home. To someone, to a memory, to a love you never really let go of. That's the thing about Shin Ye-sun. She adapts. If the character's shy, she leans into the hesitation and fluster. If the character's passionate, she goes all in, no half measures. She commits, and that commitment makes her kisses feel less like scripted moments and more like lived-in memories. And last on our list, but definitely not least, we have Park Min-young. And let's be real, there is no world in which she doesn't make this lineup. If you've ever asked a K-drama fan to name their favorite on-screen kiss, chances are they'll bring up one of hers, and probably replay it 10 times while describing it. If this list had a most replayed category, it would go straight to Park Min-young. This woman is a viral kiss factory. Every drama, every co-star, every scene somehow becomes the talk of the internet. Because here's the thing, when Park Min-young is in a drama, the kiss scenes are the main event. It's almost a rite of passage to have one of her kiss scenes pop up in your feed. Take Healer? This was the drama that proved she wasn't just going to be another leading lady. She was going to set the bar. Her chemistry with Ji Chang-wook was electric. The way she met his brooding action hero intensity with trembling vulnerability that snapped into bold passion. Then came What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, and that's when she officially claimed her crown as K-drama's most watched kisser. Opposite Park Seo-joon's cocky, self-absorbed character, she flipped the script with playful teasing that exploded into no-holding-back passion. Remember that wall kiss? The one that basically broke the internet and still racks up millions of views years later? Fans still call it one of the hottest scenes ever aired on TV. But she didn't stop there. In her private life, she turned the heat into something softer, more intimate. Her chemistry with Kim Jae-wook wasn't just about passion. It felt like you were watching two people fall in love in real time. Their kisses had this magnetic push-pull energy, gentle but fiery, sweet but sultry, like they were holding back and then finally gave in. Then came Love and Contract, and the kiss with Go Kyung-pyo broke the internet. Fans couldn't stop talking about it. It trended everywhere because it completely caught viewers off guard. Yet for Park Min-young, this is just another day on set. She delivers these moments so naturally that what looks like a viral, heart-stopping scene is really just her doing what she does best, making every kiss feel effortless, real, and utterly unforgettable. And just when we thought we'd seen every shade of her kissing game, she switched things up again in Forecasting Love and Weather with Song Kang. On paper, this pairing could have gone either way. Seasoned actress, younger co-star, but on screen, she made it work. Their kisses were impulsive, raw, and layered with her mature urgency against his youthful heat. At this point, calling Park Min-young good at kiss scenes almost feels like an understatement. She makes kisses look natural, effortless, and inevitable, the kind you can't look away from even if you tried. Honestly, if you haven't watched at least one of her legendary kiss scenes, are you even a K-drama fan? So, who's your ultimate K-drama kiss queen? Let us know in the comments and cast your votes. We want to hear your picks. And if you loved this countdown, you're not going to want to miss the male lead edition. Click this video right here to see which heartthrobs made the list.